While you were in a reading slump, I was reading books, so I read 7 books in the month of March, which is a lot for me. Normally I average around like 4. If you're wondering, I'm away for a few days, that's why I'm not in my usual setup, but I still wanted to do this video for you guys, so I hope you still enjoy it. So I started off the month by reading The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. I rated this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I really love Betting on You Better Than the Movies, and this had the same vibes. It was super duper cute. I'm not a huge fan of like the repeating days trope though, so that's why it wasn't a 5-star read for me, but I still super duper enjoyed it and would highly recommend it to you guys. It was just super cute. Next, I read The Inheritance Games, which was our book club read of the month. I really enjoyed this book, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought it would because it's so hyped up here on TikTok and you guys kept recommending it to me, and I still really enjoyed it. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, but just before you ask, I am Team Jameson. Next, I read Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Heartstopper. These are just like really fast, cute comic book kind of vibes. And they were super duper cute. I've actually watched the series and thought it was really cute, so I really wanted to read the books. And they're just super fast paced and really good. And I actually think they're really good for getting out of like a reading slump because they're very like, you can just sit down and read them in one sitting very easily. Next, I read Powerful, which is the Powerless novella. I wanted to read this one before I read Reckless, and I enjoyed it. It was very sad, but I just felt like there was something missing in the story. No, I just wanted something more, I guess. But I still enjoyed it, and it was still very sad. And I was reading this on a bus, and I did shed a few tears, and it was kind of embarrassing. Next, of course, I read the most anticipated read this year, which was Sunrise on the Reaping, and oh my gosh, 5 stars, if not 100 stars. This book felt like the missing puzzle piece in the Hunger Games trilogy. If you have not read the Hunger Games, go read it now and then read this book. Oh my god, I was crying. Haymitch is one of my favorite characters in the trilogy, so just reading his story was so like heart-wrenching. It gave so many more characters that you didn't even expect to be in this book, so much more depth and so much more meaning behind them, that I really now want to do a reread of the other Hunger Games books so I can, having read them now, knowing Haymitch's story and Lucy Gray and like Snow when they were younger as well in Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I think will be really interesting, them reading the Hunger Games trilogy and annotating it, knowing that, and seeing all the foreshadowing and all of like the parallels would be really cool. And the last and final book that I read this month was Never Lie by Freida McFadden, and this is definitely my new Freida McFadden favorite book. It was really good. Like, I find a lot of the times in thrillers there's a long, like 70% of the book is very much kind of slow and you're just like, okay, well, waiting for the plot twist. But this book I felt was very like page turner, fast paced from like start to finish. Obviously that last 30% was very going, but it just felt very continuous and very like good pacing, which I really enjoyed. I personally, this isn't a spoiler, I guess, this might be a bit, like, very mild spoiler, is I thought that Ethan was going to be EJ. Like, I thought that's what the plot twist was going to be, and I was like, oh, I've already guessed the plot twist. And I was pleasantly surprised that